thank everyone for attending one of my favorite topics for a training. You could have been anywhere else, but you chose to be here with us. And for that, I truly, truly appreciate. We do have a lot of material to cover, so let's get right into it. Most of you have been part of presentations in the past, but if you haven't, this is a legal disclaimer, which indicates that I'm not an attorney, which I'm okay with, and that any information I provide to you is for information and training purposes. As a former crisis responder, I always like to have a photo of something that keeps me centered and at peace. And now working in the compliance world, equally as much crisis in terms of audits, investigations, testifying in court for the regulatory agencies and against the regulatory agencies. Thank goodness not at the same time. So thank you for indulging me. The components that I have in my webinar are a bit unique, and unless you've been part of my trainings in the past, okay, you will now learn what's included. I usually have different components that are listed here. And because I deal with compliance and employment law regulations and legislation, I usually have a reference to either a case, a legislation that's coming up, or many of the changes that are happening now, not only in the regulations realm, but in the federal and state and local jurisdictions as well. I usually have different regulatory seals. Now I have that because it's important for me to be able to share with you the regulatory entities that have the power and the authority to send you a letter, request audits, okay, or if they come knocking on your door. Now, sometimes you will be familiar with some of these regulatory entities, and there may be some new ones, you know, that you learn.